Welcome back to Hope's Homemade Kitchen. Today we're making high protein energy bites 5 ways. 5 delicious, different flavored energy bites. These are perfect snacks for on the go. Maybe you need a pre or post workout energy boost, or even something to pack in your child's lunchbox. Any of these will fit the bill. Let's get started. For the Mocha Almond Energy Bites, the ingredients are rolled oats, coffee powder, maple syrup, almonds, hemp heart seeds, mixed nut butter, cocoa powder, salt, vanilla, and chocolate chips. This recipe is for the Mocha Almond Energy Bites. So the first thing we'll do is to pulse 1 cup of raw almonds and 1 cup of rolled oats in your food processor until it forms a coarse meal. Next, we're going to add the flavors. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of dry instant coffee granules, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1 dash of salt, 4 tablespoons of hemp heart seeds, that adds a lot of protein. And then we'll pulse a few times to combine those ingredients. Okay, so now we're going to add the wet ingredients. We've got 1/4 cup of nut butter. I'm using this mixed nut butter from Costco. One-third cup of maple syrup. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So now I'm going to pulse it until the mixture starts coming together. Okay, that was pretty quick. And if the mixture is too dry, you can always add a little water or add a little bit more maple syrup. You don't want to get it too wet. It would be hard to form into balls and it could be sticky. Now next we'll have 1/4 cup of dark chocolate chips or cocoa nibs. Okay, the dough is pretty stiff. Smells amazing though. So that has so much high protein in there. It's got your nut butters, your chia seeds. You can also add any kind of protein powder you want. I didn't have any on hand, but you could add whatever protein powder you traditionally use. And that would mix right in there. This Mocha Almond Energy Bite gives you both a boost of caffeine and a boost of energy from the protein. So you're going to be set. Okay, next thing you want to do is start rolling it into balls, and it helps, I think, to portion it if you have one of these cookie scoops. That's a perfect size ball there. That's about 2 tablespoons. These will freeze really well. I recommend you, if you're going to eat them within the next week or so, put them in a airtight container and keep them in the fridge. And if you're not, or they can also be kept very well if you keep them in the freezer in a Ziploc bag. Okay, so that's the first flavor. I'm going to stick these in the refrigerator and we'll get going on some of the others. For the Date Nut Energy Bites, the ingredients are dates, maple syrup, vanilla, coconut flakes, almonds, hemp heart seeds, mixed nut butter, salt, cocoa powder, and cinnamon. Okay, now we're making the Date Nut Energy Bites. First thing we're going to do is pulse 3/4 of a cup of raw almonds. So it needs to be finely chopped, so that'll take a couple minutes. Okay, that's pretty finely chopped. Looking good. And the next thing is we're just going to add all of the other ingredients in. Now, if your dates are very dry, you'll need to put them in warm water and let them soak up some water for a little bit. These are pretty moist, so I'm going to put them in. Pretty soft. So we'll have about 2 tablespoons of the mixed nut butter. Two tablespoons of the hemp seeds. Actually 4 tablespoons of the hemp seeds. And you can mix up different seeds if you want to, like if you have chia seeds or flax seeds. All I have are these hemp seeds, so I'm doubling up on those. 4 tablespoons of hemp seeds. About a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. Just eyeball that. A dash of salt. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. 2 tablespoons of shredded coconut. 1, 2. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And I'll provide the recipe for all of these in the description box below. I add in a little bit of, it calls for a tablespoon of water or maple syrup. I'm just going to do a tablespoon of maple syrup. And this is the only one that doesn't have the rolled oats in it. So we'll see how this comes together. It's looking a little bit dry, so I'm going to put in just a little water. Okay, that's going to be good. That is done. Now I will form them into balls. That's like a rich looking with all the dates and natural sweetness. Very nice. And we will chill those and be right back. For the peanut butter chocolate chip energy bites, the ingredients are honey, rolled oats, vanilla, salt, cocoa powder, peanut butter, hemp heart seeds, cinnamon, mixed nuts, and a combination of dark chocolate and a few peanut butter chips. For the peanut butter chocolate chip energy bites, I'm going to grind the dry ingredients in the food processor. So the dry ingredients are 1 cup of rolled oats, 1/4 cup of mixed nuts, 4 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and some cinnamon. So I'll grind those up. Okay, next is adding the wet ingredients. So that's 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 1/4 cup of honey, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, we'll pulse that until it starts coming together. I've got 1/3 cup of dark chocolate chips, and I also had some peanut butter chips, so I'm going to add those in there. Looks like it's a little bit dry. I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of water. Okay, looks like it's come together pretty good. This makes it so much easier to have consistent sizes, and then you can just scoop them and then roll them up to a uniform ball. I think I'm counting 14. 14 balls. So these recipes are making anywhere from 11 to 14. Okay, stick those in the fridge. For the white chocolate cranberry pistachio energy bites, the ingredients are honey, rolled oats, vanilla extract, peanut butter, craisins or dried cranberries, shelled pistachios. I'm throwing in some hemp hearts for extra protein, and white chocolate chips. Okay, for the white chocolate cranberry pistachio energy bites, first, we're going to pulse the oats. Just breaking them down a little bit. Then we'll add in the peanut butter, 1/2 cup of peanut butter. Then I'll add in 1/4 cup of honey. You can also use maple syrup, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'll pulse that a little bit till it starts coming together. Then we'll add in 1/3 cup of dried cranberries. I'm using those craisins. 1/3 cup of shelled pistachios, and 1/3 cup of white chocolate chips. And I'll pulse that. Let's see what the texture is of that. I am going to add just a tad of water. See if it sticks just a little bit. Okay, that was better. Okay, now I'm going to take it out, put it in a bowl, and form them into balls. That has a lot of the flavors of Christmas in there almost. It's kind of white chocolate, cranberries, and pistachios. I make candy at Christmas time that has those same ingredients, so this will be a good one. Those are coming together very nicely. The last one's a little bit smaller, but all in all it made 4, 8, 12, made 15. All right, we'll put those in the fridge. For the Oatmeal Raisin Energy Bites, the ingredients are maple syrup, rolled oats, a dash of salt, coconut flakes, vanilla, raisins, a mixed nut butter, pecan halves, cinnamon, and hemp hearts for extra protein. Okay, for the Oatmeal Raisin Energy Bites, in the bowl here I have 1½ cups of rolled oats, a ½ cup of raisins, 1/4 cup of shredded coconut, a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of the hemp heart seeds, and a dash of salt. So I'll mix those up. Next we're going to add our wet ingredients, which is 1/3 cup of maple syrup, a ½ cup of the mixed nut butter, a ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we'll mix those up until it starts to clump together. Okay, there we go, that's done. We'll form those into balls. All of these make about the same amount, from 12 to 15 balls. A decent size, 2 tablespoons or so size energy bites. For this one, I'm going to roll them in some coconut. You obviously don't have to do that if you don't like. I think it would make them look pretty. For any of these balls, you could add in any other kinds of ingredients you want. If you have other kinds of chips you want to mix in, different kinds of seeds, chia seeds, different nuts. They're very versatile. You can change up these recipes pretty easily. Okay, those are going in the fridge now. Okay, here's the finished product. High protein energy bites, 5 ways. Okay, now I'm ready for the taste test. So the first one is white chocolate cranberry pistachio. That's delicious. I can taste the white chocolate really well. The cranberry, it tastes almost holiday. So I think you're really gonna like that. The next one is Mocha Almond. My husband liked this one the best, Mocha Almond. Very deep, rich flavor of chocolate and a hint of coffee. That's very good. The next is chocolate chip peanut butter. It's a lot like a lot of the protein bars that are chocolate peanut butter. I like that one. Date nut is next. That doesn't have a strong flavor of anything really. It's very rich. I can taste a hint, you know, the sweetness of the date, and then the chocolate, the cocoa. Last one is the oatmeal raisin. That's the one that I coated with coconut. That's just like an oatmeal raisin cookie. I think these are all really good, and I hope you try them. Thank you so much for joining me on Hope's Homemade Kitchen. If you liked what you saw today, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.